So Jesse, you make $24,000 a month teaching people how to become voiceover artists.
Yeah.
And make that their living.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, why is that your passion? And why'd you start a community about it?
Okay, so I've been a voice actor myself for, I guess, going on 8 years now.
I can hear it already. It's like the deep bassy. Let's freaking go.
This is like literally my voice. I don't change it at all. This is like what it sounds
I
like.
think I'm listening to like Chronicles of Narnia book here.
I actually narrated that. No, I didn't.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You're like, I am Aslan.
I can't. I've been doing it for like 8 years, and it literally changed my life from the beginning. And, you know, for me, I didn't follow the traditional way of doing voiceover. The traditional way was getting training for a year until like your coach says that you're ready to do it. I approached it more of like a trade. Like, you know, when you're going to go be a plumber, you don't like, maybe, I don't know if you sit in a class. I've never been a plumber before. I'm just talking about my ass. Right?
All the plumbers right now are furious. They've got their, instead of pitchfork, they've got their wrenches in the air.
But to learn it, and most trades, carpentry, whatever, is you got to do it, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how I approached voiceover. I did get coaching down the line, but at the beginning, I was just like, just start, just do this thing. And it really worked out for me. And then over the years, people kept asking me, hey man, how'd you do it? How'd you do it? Can you show me? Can you show me? Can you show me? So over time, I was like, okay, fine. I created a program and then I launched it and I did it. And it was good. And I was helping a lot of people from the beginning, but it was on another platform.
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. It was on another platform, Kajabi, but I just found it was extremely limited for me. They had like a community kind of thing I was trying to utilize and it just wasn't working. And then I tried to supplement it with like a Facebook group and it was just not working. And at this time, I was following Alex Hormozy and then he talked about how he's finally like not going to do the whole, what did he always say? Hey, I'm Alex. I have nothing to sell you. He's like, by the way, I got something to sell you now. Skool. And I was like, it just right away, like a light bulb. I was like, oh my God, this is the missing thing that I've been looking for.
Right.
So I got everybody that was already coaching, migrated them over into the Skool community. Right away, they're like, this is flipping fantastic. This thing is awesome. You can have your courses on there. You can meet with them live at any point. You can have the calendar, all this stuff in the feed, ask questions. It pings you. It's like the perfect form for online training. And why I'm passionate about it is
clearly,
because,
I mean, I'm like, whoa, keep going, keep it good, keep the tape running, guys, keep it going.
Welcome to the Skool infomercial. If you're thinking about starting a Skool community,
Jess is like, drop the affiliate link in the comments.
You know what? I actually always forget to drop that affiliate link. I'm just happy to promote you guys.
You're just a free giver. I love it.
I think it's such a great platform. And the reason I'm passionate, not just about Skool, but teaching voice acting is because there is so much bad advice out there, but also you get, you know, if you've ever taught somebody something and see them get it, like it feels like you get like this like warm feeling inside, like you're like this part, like,
dude, you're a teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're helping people change their lives.
Yeah.
And we've had people in all kinds of areas, like people that hate their job or people that have been trying to make voiceover work for a while and not make it work. Then all of a sudden, after a period of time, it's different for everybody. Bam, something switches and their whole life changes.
So good. So I always like to say to people that, you know, obviously Jesse teaches voiceover, which is like, I love Skool because it's like so niche. We were actually driving here today and Steven was like, wait, he makes how much money doing voiceover stuff? I'm like, yeah, bro. It's like, welcome to Skool. But we're going to dive into like 3 main things about Jesse's community. So how he drives traffic to his about page, how he converts people with an offer, and then how he delivers like awesome results and keeps retention high and churn low. Yeah, I got that right.
Yeah.
Epic. But before we do, I just want to kind of like, for more context, like how much does your Skool cost? What's your price?
Right now for the premium, it's $149 a month. And for the standard, it's $69 a month.
Great number.
I actually stole that from Matt Ryder because I thought it was funny that he said 69 is a funny number. I was like,
funny. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too, like about it, and I don't know, maybe I'm kind of doing things out of order a bit.
You can do, yeah. I'm all for surfing the waves, so let's go.
Great. The one thing I want to touch on is pay attention. If you've got a Skool community, pay attention to what people are posting in the Skool community, like the actual Skool community where the games are held. A lot of the times you'll get guys like Matt Ryder or Nick Soraya. They'll post exactly what they're doing at a really high level. Pay attention and see if there's something in there that you can use for your community if it works. And I really liked how funny Matt posted. He's like, 69 is a good number. I'm funny. I'm like, yeah, that is funny. I'm like, I'm taking it. But also how he split it up, because I do the way that my community works is I've got recorded base training from like the lives that we do, but also recorded course content. And some people, that's enough for them. They don't need the live coaching and all that. And I've been trying to figure out how to split it. And he did the cleanest split. Live coaching, you get the premium. And for the recorded stuff and all the courses, I think he called it a metric fuck ton of recorded content, you get the standard. So I was like, that's the cleanest way to do it. And that's how I've switched mine up recently.
Great utilization of tiers. And also fun little meta moment. You have now become one of those people on the Skool feed that are helping other people with some cool community strategies. So yeah, I love it. Very, very cool.
Nice.
How do you drive traffic to your Skool About page? How do you get eyeballs there?
It's like mostly YouTube.
Right.
Mostly YouTube. So I've been trying different things, and YouTube, if you're going to start the YouTube journey, just know it's for like the long haul. If you're just starting from scratch, it can be a little bit demoralizing for the first, 4 to 6 months, getting any kind of movement. But when it happens, it starts to happen quick. The first 6 months of my YouTube journey, just trying to give value and talk about what I wanted to teach people. I wrote down on flashcards what everybody's problem is in voiceover, and then my unique way of fixing it. And I would make a video about each one of those things on a weekly basis, and I was talking into the abyss for the first 6 months. And then I went from like 10 subscribers to 100 to 200 to 1,000 in like a really short period of time. And then from 1,000 to 10,000 in like 2 months.
Wow.
And now I'm at like, I think just about 26,000 subs on YouTube. And it kind of slowed down a little bit between 15 to 20. That's where I was kind of maxing out. But that's like one of the most in the voiceover niche.
Right.
And now we're looking at ways to try and amp up the amount of subs and the amount of viewership.
Well, and the other kind of interesting thing is, you're pretty much making $1,000 per month connected to how many subscribers you have on YouTube.
Yeah.
And a lot of big creators with millions of subscribers are broke. They don't even have any money. And so it's cool how you're actually like, you don't need to have videos that have like 10 million views. You know, super dialed in, targeted on a very specific niche. And then your Skool can come along and offer them an opportunity for them to get results and for you to have a great business.
Yeah, 100%. I actually, when I was learning about that stuff, not only from just like Alex's videos, but also I was a part of Max's community.
Yeah, shout out to Max.
Yeah, shout out to
Max.
Yeah, he was great.
Max was the reason I came on to Skool. I watched his 7-hour masterclass and I was like, I got to try this thing.
Right?
Joined his paid community was called Max Premium, I think.
Yeah.
And his arc has just been so awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. You've had him on like, I think 3 times now.
Yeah.
I'm going to get popcorn. I'm like,
looks like Max Person's back on the menu, boys.
I love it. Yeah. The thing about YouTube as well is, I've gone through different evolutions of it. I've tried my own thing where I was like, you know what? I don't care what some of the big creators are saying. I'm just going to CTA the shit out of this. I would like drop my hook, drop my CTA, drop another CTA, put a thing on the screen, the CTA at the end. And it was like kind of effective, but nowhere near as effective when I got a little bit of help from Nick Sarayev. He did like a roast of my community and just gave me a little bit of advice. And I watched his videos very closely. Him and then Jack Roberts and Nate Herc, right?
Nate's the GOAT.
Yeah. And
sorry, he's not. Nate's my GOAT.
they just so casually, like every now and then, like not even really a CTA, just a quick mention of what they do, but they focus in on the value.
Yeah.
I think that is the best way to get people to convert from YouTube into your community. Just give away your best stuff.
Right.
Give it away and don't expect anything in return. And they will find you. I just think about every time I ever see somebody give like a really good talk on YouTube or any kind of social media, they don't need to say anything. If it's really good, I'm like, okay, where do I find this motherfucker?
Right, 100%. And like, where do you put the link to your Skool on YouTube? I know that's like beyond basic, but I like to just
right above the fold.
Spell it out.
Right above the fold.
On the video description?
Yeah, right on the video description, right above the fold, the first thing that anybody needs to see, that's the link straight to YouTube. And then I pin a comment in the top as well. And sometimes I change it up. I'll put something funny, stop guessing, start booking. Join Voiceover Skool.
So Skool About page link in the description and then also in the comment.
That's right.
And then profiles in your profile as well.
It's on, so I've recently started testing like a link tree. So I have that on my Instagram. I have it on my TikTok. I'm on X now and I just joined Threads. Wow. Trolls on Threads.
Woo!
Wow. There's some just stellar, wonderful people on Threads.
Shout out to Threads. And by that, I mean, not shout out at all.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hey, it's free engagement.
It's free engagement.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm having to follow the whole
so
Hermosi
YouTube
playbook of just ignore.
Right. So you went on a experimentation journey with YouTube. You talked about like, this is not something that you're going to have overnight success with. This is a journey, which makes sense because like to build a business that's making over $20,000 a month, it's like, this is a process. It's not something that you can just like pop out of the microwave.
Yeah.
And wham, bam, thank you, man. Very, very cool. So how have you experimented with what's written on your about page and, you know, the videos that you include, the photos you include to drive the conversion rate, which is just a fancy way of saying the number of people who come onto your about page that actually decide to join it?
Yeah, I've experimented with it a lot. I'm always looking at like what the best people are doing, the people that are getting the most traffic and stuff, and just trying to take what they're doing and flip it so it works for what I'm doing in my niche. And I've tried to get as clear as possible about what we do and what we offer and the transformation, just getting it on the page. It's a constant evolution. I think I've switched it up probably like even just a little bit, probably like almost monthly when I see something new, because I'm always watching what other people are doing. The VSL that I have in the first spot, like I really base that on it's probably not his current one, but his old VSL, Nick. So it's just like, God, AI, he knows I did it. I told him. He's like, yeah, fine, whatever. I took AI. I'm like, rewrite this whole structure for like what I do.
But me, this is back to a Max Person thing. He always just says copy what works.
Yeah, steal like an artist,
100%.
Right?
Oh, dude, we have that book in our office back in Ireland. Like literally it's just there every
So
single
good.
day. Steal like an artist.
Yeah.
And it's cool because like, you know, again, like we kind of mentioned at the start, like Jesse has a voiceover school. Like Jack Roberts has an AI community. If you have a knitting community, you can just use the same frameworks. It literally just works.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So like the structure I find is the most effective for me right now. Maybe it'll work for some of you guys, is I've got like my VSL that says like who we are, who we help, how we help them, and what you can expect. That stuff. And then like at the end, like what we charge and all that kind of stuff. And then I do a video walkthrough of the actual community itself, as a loom, so they can see for themselves, like currently what's in the calendar, what's in the courses, go into a little bit about it, the orientation, so they know that we're going to like hold their hand through anything. They're not guessing and stuff, because that's our thing. We don't want them to guess. And then I put a video testimonial and then a picture testimonial. And then I think that's kind of it right now. But that's like, you know, that's key. That stuff is like, you know, here's what we do, how we do it. Here's what you can expect in the whole thing. And here's the proof that we can do it.
Right. It's really as simple as that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be overcomplicated.
Yeah.
And the big thing like that Andrew and Sam talk about in the Skool 101 course is just to like show people who are on the outside what is going on inside your community.
100%.
And Jack Roberts does this like a master, along with Nate and a lot of the other guys you mentioned, where they'll be doing a YouTube video and they'll just share their screen. They'll be like, yeah. So, you know, in the, you know, AI 101 course here, if you click in here, you'll see that like you'll learn da 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 da. And it's not even a pitch. And in about pages as well, it makes the community feel real, because I think a lot of people are like, wait, I'm joining the community. What does that mean? What do I get? Like when Jesse's telling me I'll get all this content, like what does that content actually mean? It's just like screen share. This is the community tab. You'll get all your questions answered. Step 2, this is the classroom. This is where you'll get all the people like, oh, I get it, ka-ching. Versus like this like strange, very, very untangible thing. It's like, just show them what's going on the inside.
Yeah, 100%. You know, along that lines, Nate actually got me with one recently. He does this walkthrough of how to automate your social media posting, because I'm finding that really hard. Is like almost like a one-man sort of show. I've got people helping with certain things, but as far as social media, it's me on everything but YouTube that's doing it manually. And he put out something with like Claude Code and Blotato when he's doing the whole walkthrough. And then he has the prompt for it, which is like this long ass prompt. And it's like really technical. And he's like, and if you want that prompt, just join my free school community.
Bro, that is the master of work right there.
I was like, that was dope.
Yeah, cool. Anything else on the about page that you've experimented with? Any field experiments where like this will totally work and it bombed, or anything you want else? Anything else you want to say about the about page?
Yeah, you know, I used to do meetings. Like I used to do one-on-ones and stuff. I don't do them anymore because it just takes up so much of my time, and I'm not selling high ticket. Like, I mean, 149 can be expensive for a lot of people, even myself.
But if they can jump in at 69,
that's right.
Then it's a business opportunity.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm doing it that way. But when I was putting like a Calendly link, when I was doing one-on-one meetings, that was really effective, super effective. I'm doing a webinar right now, like it's like a free training / webinar that kind of leads people through what we do over like a half an hour, and how I did voiceover, a little bit about me, just to nurture them some more. And that's like really effective. That's what is the conversions at, I think 15, almost 16% right now.
That's great.
which is the highest converter. So I'm thinking about putting that link on my about page
Yeah.
to test it out, just for a lot of people that go there and they're like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Then they go down the pipeline a little bit more and think, okay, yeah, all right, this guy's legit.
Oh, the greatest thing you can do is just test it and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know, so often it's like a lot of mentors across my career, and then actually just like even something I see Sam all the time is there's all these hypotheticals where it's like, oh, well, maybe if we did this, maybe this would happen, and maybe, and they're just like, just do it, and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I love the point that you made about the Calendly link, the one-on-one calls.
Mhm.
It's like you'd have to do, or it is beneficial to do different things at different stages of your school journey.
Yeah.
And if you currently are on 0 MRR and you want your first sale or you want your first 10 sales, probably hopping on a one-on-one sales call
100%.
is a great idea.
Yeah.
And then later, once you've figured some things out, then you can start to let it go. Because when you're starting off, you don't even know what people want or why they will buy. And they'll just tell you on the call. And then guess what you put on your about page? Just those things that they tell you.
Exactly. Also, well, you're like, if you're one of those people like myself who are driving traffic from YouTube to your about page, after a certain amount of time, you get a certain amount of clout from posting consistent, valuable content over and over and over. Your subscriber count goes up. You get more trust. You don't need to do the one-on-one calls like before.
You're already warm and trusted and they have a relationship with you.
But in the beginning, every single person that I worked with up to probably about 150, I got on a one-on-one call with. Had to, like every single person. But now I know when it's proven, so I don't do those anymore. I've put that time back into the community.
I love it, man. Absolutely love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Third and final tactical part before we do some fun stuff.
Sure.
What do you do to actually deliver results to your members? And then as a result, keep your retention high and keep your churn low. AKA, how do you get people to stay in the community by providing more and more value?
Yeah, 100%. So what we do is we have the Voiceover Jumpstart course, which teaches everybody how to go from like not having gear or anything all the way to booking, all the technical stuff. So that's a course that we put everybody through. It takes about 6 weeks if they really, really, really go through it. And then we have all the recorded material from all the classes that we've ever done. So all of the training sessions with all the coaches, all the little nuggets and tidbits. So people go through that constantly. But because we have live sessions 6 days a week, often twice a day, most of the day, it's just constant content coming in all of the time for people to consume. And it's good, valuable content. And just being in voiceover that way and immersing themselves, they're getting really good value. And because they haven't gotten value like that before and haven't gotten results like that, they do not want to leave.
Right.
We recently did like a meetup at VO Atlanta, and there was like 40 something of us that met. Every single one of those people had like the time of their life, including me. It was so awesome. And everybody that went doesn't ever want to leave the community. And everybody that didn't go has FOMO and want to go. So we try to keep it social. We separate it now with like the lives and the recorded stuff, but the lives feed the recorded stuff. So it's this endless machine of just constant learning and value pumping through. So I don't want the community to ever get stale. I think at points when I was doing it, there would be maybe a period of like a month or so. I might take a step back, get a little burnt out, and that would be my highest churn months.
Right.
So you got to find a way to keep developing it, keep upping the game, find out what your holes are, and ask the community. So many people have said this so many times, and I didn't always listen. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend 30 hours making this one course that nobody asked for. When you could just say, hey, what do you guys want? They're like, hey, can we have like a tab so we can just share pictures of our family? Sure.
Wow.
Why not? Why not like have something that is unrelated to the community? Like Matt Ryder's got like his whole conspiracy thing that's like funny.
The tinfoil hats.
Yeah, that's exactly. Hilarious. Right. So you can add stuff like that. And yeah, I think for people that aren't doing lives, I think that is the biggest engagement factor in Skool, to keep your engagement high and to keep retention high. High or low?
Yeah. I always did. I'm always like, and every time I say, I'm like, quick mental check. Did I do it right? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
It's like, is that correct in what I just said?
Yeah.
And I think it's cool if you compare it to, what you started off with in this space, which was a static course hosted on another platform.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just don't even really know, like, how many people are watching that? Is anyone getting any value? And it's like, most people, they look at it and then they just never come back to it again. Whereas, and they pay you one time. Whereas this community that you're talking about, it's like you're constantly creating consumable things that people engages people in the journey so they get the transformation. But then it also just like you get to go on a longer journey with them.
Yeah.
They get to tell you what's working and what's not working. You're not no scoping courses anymore. You know, it's like, oh, I think this is what people want. It's like, no, it's like they just tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah. You know, another thing that I've found is really valuable in the community too. Like when you start going in directions that you're not super proficient in, if you're adding in new skills and you're bringing them along the journey and documenting it. Like, for instance, I haven't traditionally done character work like for video games and animation. Everything I've done is either like narration for like History Channel or like commercial based stuff. That's what I've done. That's how I made my career. But now I'm kind of going in the video game animation direction, and they know that I'm like a rookie in that, and they love it because like I'll get in the classes and like do my thing and try to up my game, and like I've really started to like make ground in it now. And they're like, "Oh my god, that's fucking awesome!" They just love being part of the journey. And then I see some of them like do better than me at certain things. It's this great sort of it's a community, and when you think of yourself as in it instead of like hovering over it like some lord who's like making sure everything is fine, but you're actually in it, like leading the thing from the front, doing the thing that you say that you're trying to teach, like people love it.
Right. So cool, bro. I think that's unbelievably valuable. Anything else that you've noticed that you have done that leads to more people leaving? I like how you said it's like, when I'm spending less time in the community, obviously I'll leave. You know, did you try anything and you failed, or do you have any other sauce around retention and churn?
Yeah, I think as Sam always says, ask people why they're leaving. I can't tell you how many people I've just sent a message. Hey, I noticed that you decided to cancel. Can you just let us know? I'm not going to try to stop you. I just want to try and make the community better. And it would be somebody saying something like, I'm just, I'm afraid, or I just haven't seen the results yet. Offer them words of encouragement, wish them luck. And oftentimes they just decide not to cancel and try to keep going.
Okay, I guess I won't leave. Wait, what?
Yeah. Or they can't find the right time. And then like, it's an opportunity to coach them and show them that you are who you say you are. And I always found like, for sure, when I wasn't doing stuff like that, like retention was lower, like definitely churn was higher when I didn't ask. So that's probably the biggest hack that you could probably do. And just not being present. Nick said in that post that he did a while back that he comments on every single post. At 2,000 members, I can't imagine. Like he said, he's making like, it was like $500,000 a month or like $250,000 a month. Like he's like, I can spend 2 hours answering comments.
And I think that's his thing.
That's
like,
a good point.
It's 90 minutes a day that he spends in the community.
Yeah.
Because not everyone posts.
Yeah.
There's a lot more people watch. The Calvin Hollywood, one of my friends and school legend, he says, more people at a party watch the people dancing than the people that actually dance. And it can be like that as well. Like there's more people reading the posts and reading the comments and actually engaging.
Yeah.
In terms of the actual time that it takes you to respond to people, especially when you block off time just to do it.
Yeah.
You're not just kind of doing it like here and then switching tasks and you're trying to record and then it actually is like not a lot of time to stay on top of all your relationships. Because that's what they are. They're just relationships.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, and I know Sam said this before, like people don't care that much if I don't post very much. But when I don't comment, or they'll notice. But when I do comment, people will just like, yes, thank you so much. They respond every single time.
Right.
It lights their whole day up.
So good. So what's been your experience of like playing the school games? You're obviously here in LA.
Yeah.
Got to meet your beautiful family. You turned it into a family trip, which I think is like very, very fun. You won the school games. We've got an awesome event planned for you tomorrow. What's been your experience like with this kind of gamification side? And
it's great. It's fantastic. In fact, like it's so funny because while I was here, I was like, why have I not thought to like utilize something like this in my own community the whole time? Because I've been in the school games since I've been on school. This like 2 years now.
Nice.
And well, I'd never had a shot at it until the format was switched into different categories. And I think that's like an amazing thing that you guys made, like that whole switch. It gives everybody a chance to like really compete within their niche.
Well, it means I get to talk to, Jesse, who is a Voiceover Skool, instead of just like more AI bros.
Yeah, exactly.
No offense
right.
to the AI bros, we love you guys, but like it's nice to have lots of different perspectives.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. But yeah, I can't believe I haven't utilized it yet because I've wanted to win every single one. And I've gotten close every single time. And then the last like week or two, people just like push ahead. I'm like, God damn it. But this time I was like, I held on for dear life. I was like, yes. So yeah, my experience has been fun, frustrating, but on the flip side, as like a business, it's genius. It gets people engaged. It's, it's fun to do. and it helps people progress. It gamifies making your community better.
Right. Yeah. And the Skool Games, again, just to be super explicit, there's a tab inside Schoolers. You click it and it's a quarterly competition where you can see, all of the people who are making the most money in different categories and different niches. And the top 5 in each category, they fly out to LA and have a fun time. So
yeah, it's been super, super dope. And like, if you were thinking about doing the Skool Games, I think Sam said it best in like one of the last Skool Games, like right before this one closed. He's like, just try to win. Just try. You'd be surprised, like what you're capable of if you just give it a shot and try to win.
Totally.
And the result of that isn't just winning and getting to do the whole mastermind thing and getting flown out here, but your community actually gets better.
It's a business. You're growing a business that you love and that feeds all the things that you care about in your life as well.
Yeah.
Bro, this has been awesome. There is a land in the plane question I always like to ask, and it's very simply, you touched on this earlier. Now you are that guy. What advice would you give to a schooler who's just starting off? So if someone's just coming on a free trial, or they've been, working on their community for a while, or they're making $100K a month and they, watch these episodes with a notebook to try to get like some tactics. It's like, what advice would you give?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, just start. Don't start with like the basic plan. Just go straight to the pro plan. Just seriously. Like, I'm not just trying to sell stuff. I'm being like, you want the whole thing available to you and you want to start building it out. Have a vision of where you want to go with it from the beginning. That vision can change. Invite 20 people that are into the thing that you're into. Do not charge them. Just invite them in for free. Start a party. Ask them what they want. Start developing it with them and let it grow over time. And once you have something that's valuable, then start charging. Start charging a little bit and then just increase it. Just make sure the price is relative to what the value is, and get on one social media channel that you feel like you could do for the next 10 years. And really just go hard on that one thing and link it back to your community and watch what happens.
Bro, you're one of the greats. You're now a Skool legend. Let's freaking go. Dude, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. And yeah, everything you shared here was just absolutely bang on the money. And I hope that you and your family have a great time in LA. And I'm looking forward to hanging the next couple of days.
Matthew, thank you so much. This is so cool. Like, I've watched so many of these things and like I'm here sitting across from you right now. This is great.
It's a dream come true for me.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Chris, producer Chris. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
Chris.
And catch you next time.